I'm so happy LEGO SpongeBob is back after 14 years of absence, and we got this $220 LEGO SpongeBob set. However, if you can't afford that, there is a cheap option for the return of LEGO SpongeBob, which is this right here. This might be the worst looking BrickHeadz I've ever seen. This set is called the SpongeBob SquarePants Figure, and it releases September 1st for $13 in the United States. And it's like, yeah, I really am happy that we're getting a cheap alternative for LEGO SpongeBob. This is not it. This looks straight up creepy. I don't know what LEGO was thinking here. The design of this isn't even like other LEGO BrickHeadz where they look too much like Funko Pops to me and they don't really appeal in design. This, I don't even know what style they were going for. To me, it looks like Tong Tong Sahur, the design of which has this strangely long appearance. LEGO sent me this review early, but all opinions are my own. The design here at first looks too rectangular. I get that SpongeBob does kind of have a rectangular design, but I think, say, the new minifigure does a perfect job in capturing how he looks in the show. The design of this has that new cool yellow coloring that they use for SpongeBob as opposed to the regular yellow that the old LEGO SpongeBob figures used. And I do think that's accurate to the colors of the show. It's strange because this doesn't look much like other BrickHeadz. The design here does use the BrickHeadz eyes, but instead they're on these 2x2 circular jumper tiles. And because of that, you get the bigger eyes that would be found in the show, but it just looks off in my opinion. Like this doesn't do a great job at capturing how this character's eyes should look and makes it look like he's staring into your soul. There are some printed 2x4 tiles. You got one at the top right here, which has some holes and these little eyelashes. Then you got one for the mouth right here, which has more holes and an open mouth design. It almost looks too detailed for BrickHeadz, where most of them lack a mouth design, and it ends up making this enter the uncanny valley. There's also a print for that 1x4 square pants design, which is on a brick. Unfortunately, that printing is only on the front, and we don't get any side printing. So the side design here looks off. And it doesn't help that there's no tile designs on the side either. So the illustration of the holes is only at the front, and you just have what looks like an unfinished look for these side designs. And then at the back, there are some tile designs, but there's no hole designs there. So yeah, there's just these holes at the front, which comes off kind of lazy and it comes off looking. And the design at the very top, there's no hole designs either on these tiles. I find how they did the nose pretty interesting, where they just have this little bulb piece right here, but it doesn't even stick all the way down in the hold stud that it's attached to. So it almost looks like it's a piece that's going to fall off, but no, it's pretty secure on there. The design with those jumper plates removed looks even more creepy. Oh my gosh, I can't. I just think this maybe should have been the same height as other BrickHeadz with the more square design, because there's just something that's so off with these proportions. One thing I do like is a little Easter egg. Inside, there's actually a Krabby Patty build, which secures the base of this build. The design here does have the little jellyfish catching net, which is the same design from the new Bikini Bottom set, which has come in a couple other sets in that color. And you do have the typical BrickHeadz base, which you can see right there has the face of a normal BrickHeadz. So yeah, LEGO, just release a minifigure set that is like, say, $20 to $30. That is something like, say, the jellyfish fields that we got in the Bikini Bottom set. This alternative of it being a BrickHeadz as the cheaper set of these two releases is just really lame, where, look, I'm not a fan of BrickHeadz, but I get that some people like the appeal of like stuff like Funko Pops. This isn't even playing to the BrickHeadz crowd. This is just kind of a monstrosity if you ask me. It looks totally off and it looks straight up creepy. I'd give this set a 3 out of 10 if I had to be honest. I mean, the value isn't there. If you're a price per piece ratio person, this is 72 pieces for $13, which I always hated when they upped the price of these single figure BrickHeadz from $10 to $13. The design looks way off, and I guess there's some nice printed pieces that are so specific to this design with the 2x4s, but yeah, LEGO kind of failed here. Subscribe here for more honest LEGO takes. Thank you to LEGO for sending me this early. All opinions are my own, and I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.